Welcome back to the channel, guys. Zeta here, your one-stop shop for everything stock, crypto, and investment related, and everything you need on your journey to becoming a millionaire. As always, research is king. Do your own research, do your own due diligence. I'm just here to spread some insight that you may have missed. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, make sure to hit that like button, and let's jump right into this. AMD was up almost 30% pre-market today on its deal with OpenAI. The contract states OpenAI can buy shares of AMD at 1 cent pretty much free if AMD holds up on their end of the promise, delivering 6 gigawatts of AI chips. The stock has been going crazy as well as options, but while everyone is watching AMD, let's take a look at the real ripple effect. I want you to think deeper than the tip of the iceberg. When it comes to resource heavy AI, what are the 3 ingredients needed? Pop quiz, I'll give you a few seconds. You ready? Number 1, energy. These things are not powered by magic. Remember, I said let's go deeper than the tip of the iceberg. I'm talking about uranium and clean energy sources. Number 2, just like your PC at home, how are you keeping things cool? Cooling systems are a must. And number 3, you need the resources, the literal rocks and materials needed to build these things. And that's diving a little bit into copper mining. With that being said, 160 million shares of AMD at 1 penny if certain milestones are met. OpenAI is committing to 6 gigawatts of AMD GPUs. That's enough to power a small city. The first gigawatt to roll out in 2026 and the rest down the line. In return, OpenAI gets pretty much free shares of AMD. We're talking a penny each. Once again, let's not focus on the headlines and the stock at face value. Although AMD is a ripper, take a look at all the ingredients needed to bake this cake. TSMC because they fabricate most of the chips for AMD. ASML because they have the machines. SMC and Vertiv because they're the backbones of data centers. But let's go a little bit deeper and where the real money is, in my opinion. You need energy. Stocks like Digital Turbine and clean energy like wind energy, though they are pretty much a free source of energy, it's just not really efficient. Sort of like how your MagSafe charger and your iPhone have the same battery capacity, but when you use the MagSafe, your battery only goes up to 60%. The other 40% of the energy just goes off into the ether. Solar energy, wind energy, and water energy is just not efficient enough. That's why nuclear energy is needed to power pretty much anything AI at a sustainable growing rate. More specifically, I want you to take a look at these 3 tickers because I have no doubt in my mind that in the next year, these are gonna hit $50 each. Now you might be saying these have already 4x within the last couple months. But guys, this is the stock market, the gift that keeps on giving. You may think you're buying in at the top for things like this, but AI power consumption is literally at phase 1. We're just at the beginning. And even though these stocks have already skyrocketed, imagine their price point once we get all our ducks in a row and we need the energy. So yes, while AMD and OpenAI are blasting headlines, and it's going to be the first thing you see on X, Instagram, Discord, and Reddit, you as an investor and an analyst need to think a little bit deeper. So keep an eye on uranium because things are about to get nuclear.